Physical wounds hurt, and so do the emotional wounds. Every time we run into an uncomfortable emotion, there are uncomfortable thoughts and also a rush of unhealthy biochemicals running through our system. In this video, I will share three different types of emotional wounds that can result in physical pain. Number one, emotional hurt from a situation where you lived in fear. You could be scared maybe because one person is constantly angry or very, very critical, or being in a job that demands that you be scared of losing it or something like that. This can cause an air of anxiety around in the whole family or the workplace. It may not affect everyone else in the same way because each one of us is different. We have different level of and people process emotions differently. Some of us are more sensitive than others. Being in a state of prolonged anxiety or that feeling of not being safe sends the message to nervous system that we need to protect ourselves. And then there is this biochemicals that helps the body to contract and stiffen the muscles in order to cope with them. And repeated experience trains the body to be in defense mode more often than it is needed, resulting in a muscular pain, which could be anywhere, like in back, neck, shoulders. It can also affect vital organs like stomach, kidneys, and heart. Another one, emotional hurt due to suppressed anger. One of my client had severe headaches. Because of that, she could not attend her college every once in a week. She had an elder sister who bullied her. This made her very angry, but because of some family dynamics, she was not able to express that anger or get anything done by it from the adults in the family. And of course, it continued for a long time. The biochemicals of anger are known to cause inflammation and inflammation related pains. Just by releasing her anger and the feelings of helplessness around her sister, her headaches were gone. Although she could now stand up for herself and did not let her sister bully her anymore. Another one, suppressed emotion of guilt. This can also result in physical pain. When we think we have done something wrong, the emotion of guilt calls for making amends. However, if for some reason somebody is not able to take any corrective action or release the guilt, then it can become very toxic to the body. Psychologically, guilt turns into an unconscious need for punishment, not just pain. I have seen over and over and over again some element of guilt in almost every severe or chronic illness that I have worked on. Another this is a funny example, but one of my school friends got a pain in her knees every time her mother in law visited. Now, this is some serious control issue that needs to be worked on. When an emotional pain is left unattended, unresolved, even if the outer situation changes, it can still run in the background of our mind for years, maybe even decades. This repeated emotional distress most often results in physical pain or illness. If you hold a book like this is not a work, this is not an effort. But if you hold it like this for 15 minutes, you may start getting slight tiredness. For 5 months, 5 years, that little innocent action can become accumulated into a massive pain. It is not always the big traumas that result in illness, but also small distressing events repeated over and over and over again. Emotional wounds are not visible like physical ones. How we think and feel has a massive impact on the body. Most of us get wounded in our childhood, and most of the emotional pains do not show up in the body immediately. So it is difficult to correlate the two, the cause and effect. In these cases, when you take a painkiller or apply a muscle relaxant, it will give you a few hours of relief. Essentially, the real relief comes when we heal the open emotional wound. These were just 3 4 causes. I have come across over a dozen causes of pain that have emotional or stressful roots. I love to decode this language or this mode of communication between mind and body. My name is Pooja, and I help people heal from chronic illness and move through difficult emotions. I'm an intuitive, and in my experience, a big majority of physical pain is a manifestation of emotional pain. So, if you have some sort of physical pain, don't just manage the pain, identify the underlying emotions as well. Physical pain is just the indication that you need to address something deeper. Pain is not imagined in the head, but it is processed in the head. And that stuff of processing that we think and feel is very malleable when we know how to do that. I hope this was useful. Bye for now.